So, I'm in the park. It was on and off raining a little. I have a little bit of a cold, a cough or something, but I'm okay. So, I may cough or sneeze. Lawrence Haijoff, based on the Vilna Goan's teaching that there's 5,845 verses in the Torah and that each year corresponds to a verse. At the time when I wrote this, it was the year 5784, which meant there's 61 years left, which in the Torah portion of Hazinu, chapter 32 of the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, we have that. Now, actually, I did give a few years before and after. A couple years before, a few years after, and I will say that for anybody who doesn't know, we have the Torah, the Jewish year is 5785 this year because we don't start when a certain person lived or, we start from the first people. We start from when the first people lived, not from somebody in the middle of in other words, some people started when a man in the middle of people in general, instead of rather it being the first man. So we start the Jewish calendar, the year cycle, is not when an arbitrary person, but the first person. Okay, 2023, 2022 was 5783 because it doesn't match exactly the years. So you have verse 31. For their rock is not like our rock, nevertheless our enemies sit in judgment. In 2023-24, it was 5784, verse 32. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of their and of their field of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of Rosh, and they have bitter clusters. In 2024-25, which is this year 5785, verse 33, their wine is the bitterness of serpents and the bitterness of ruthless cobras. 2025-26, we have 5786, verse 34. Is it not stored with me, sealed up in my treasures? And 2026-27, 5787, verse 35. Vengeance is poised within me, and it will pay at the time their foot stumbles. For the appointed day of their reckoning is near, and what is destined for them hastens. 2027 and 2028, which is mentioned in the year 5758, verse 36. When the land will judge his people and it will reconsider his servants, when he sees that the power is increasing and none is controlled or strengthened. In Parshas Kedoshim, chapter 19, verse 32, it says, you shall stand up before the venerable one who is old, in the sense that he has acquired wisdom. Who gives that interpretation? Rashi. And give respect to a sage, which means not sit in a seat or speak in his place or contradict his words. And you shall be afraid of your God. And then it says, I am Yod and Hey and Vav and Hey, the Tetragrammaton, the eternal. Then we have Parshas Kedoshim. We have Rashi. This is chapter 9, verse 35. Wait, chapter 9 or chapter 19? Okay, a person who is called a judge, and if he falsifies a measure, he's considered as corrupting justice, and is called corrupt, hated, abhorrent. Also banned and an abomination. He causes... So basically a measurer is a judge, and if he falsifies a measure, he's considered as corrupting justice. And these are where we get the 5 terms. So he caused 5 things that are mentioned with regard to a corrupt judge. 1, defiles the land. 2, profanes the name of the eternal Hashem. 3, causes the divine presence to depart. 4, causes the people of Yisrael to fall by the sword. And 5, causes them to be exiled from their land. In devarim, Deuteronomy 25:16, it says, for it is an abomination before the eternal Hashem your God, all who act fraudulently. And in Deuteronomy devarim 7:26, it says, you must not bring an abomination into your house and thus become banned by it. You shall regard it as absolutely abhorrent. The teacher, Shawn, sheshn, Hashmatpour, he's a coach, he says, the ability to trust ourselves is knowing that I'll do what I say I'll do for myself, following through my plans and responsibilities to take care of my mind, my money, my health, my relationships, even if I don't feel like it. Trusting that I can experience. Another part of self-trust is trusting that I can experience any emotion. The worst thing that can ever happen is not an outcome, but the feelings about the outcome. Knowing I can handle any unwanted experience in life, because it means basically that I'm being able to experience feelings about it. And the ability to self-trust also is related to our opinion of ourselves, which is connected with our self-thought, which leads to our self-confidence, which, in other words, it could generate or deplete. Thought creates a feeling, and confidence is a feeling. Self-confidence is a feeling about ourselves, and feelings drive actions towards or against life. Self-worth is an intrinsic sense of my own value as a person, and self-confidence is a belief in my own self, skills, capabilities. And I want to share something in the book of The Circle of the Baal Shem Tov by Abraham J Heschel. It's also in the book called Shivchei Habesh Baal Shem Tov. So the Baal Shem Tov was the founder of Hasidism. There was a time Reb Goshen of Kotzi went to Israel to arrange a marriage for his son, and stopped by the Baal Shem Tov. It was his brother-in-law. And some say it must have been before an Erev Shabbos, and they davened, because this is before they were it was before they davened, because before they were loving friends, until the stars came out, both using the prayer book of the Ari, the lion, the Kabbalistic Rebbe Isaac Luria, with many incorporated kavanot, which is like motivations and intentions and focuses. Although Reb Gershon had enough time to rest and learn the parsha, the portion of that week, two times with the Targum, which is the Aramaic translation. And at the Shabbos meal, he asked the Baal Shem Tov, what took so long? He kept asking because he wasn't answering him, and then the Baal Shem Tov finally said to him that it's because at the Amizah, the standing portion, the Shemona Esrei, the bracha of Tchias HaMesim, regeneration or resuscitation of the dead, resurrection basically, he concentrates upon the kavana, the intention, the focus, the dedication of Yechudim, which is one, making unities. Thousands of souls of the dead come, and he talks with each of them and finds out why it was rejected from a heavenly portion that belongs to them, and repairs each one, praying for him, raising him, dealing with them in order of their importance. He said there are so many that if he wanted to raise them all, he'd be standing reciting Shemona Esrei for 3 years. But when he hears the heavenly herald proclaim, it is sanctified, and it's impossible to raise any more souls, he concludes the Shemona Esrei, which means the 18 benedictions, the 18 blessings, one of which is the Tchias Mesim. Reb Gershon said in a mocking way, laughing at him, why do they not come to me? The Baal Shem Tov said, this coming Shabbos, I'll give you the kavanot in writing so they can come to you. And he did. That Friday afternoon, when the Baal Shem Tov finished reciting Kaddish, holy, it's like a benediction, I guess, in a way. Just before the Amidah, Rabbi Gershon, it's like a sanctification. Rabbi Gershon stood up to pray, but the Baal Shem Tov didn't begin his prayer because he knew Rabbi Gershon would not be able to bear it and would be terrified. He adjusted his watch, sniffed some snuff, and waited for Reb Gershon to get to the passage which had that kavanah. And when Reb Gershon reached it, he saw the dead converging upon him like a vast herd of sheep. He fainted, and the Baal Shem Tov roused him and ordered him to the house, to leave and go into the house. Then at the meal table, the Baal Shem Tov asked, why did you faint? And Reb Gershon said, when I applied myself to the kavanah, the dead came to me like herds. The Baal Shem Tov jokingly teased him by telling the others to knock him so he will not in the future, mock the Baal Shem Tov again. Another thing I wanted to share was that, there was this account online I found, it's called redeemedzoomer. They said, how many gods do you believe in? If you believe in many, do you believe in reincarnation? No? Then that would be paganism. Yes? Then Hindu. If you believe in one God, is God separate from the universe? If you say no, then can you worship idols? No? Then it's Sikh. If yes, then it's Hindu. Oh, and if you don't believe in let's start again, I'm sorry. How many gods do you believe in? If you believe in many, do you believe in reincarnation? Yes, Hindu, no, pagan. Then we go, let's say you believe in one God. Then is God separate from the universe? No. Then can you worship idols? No, it's Sikh. And yes, it's Hindu. If God separate from the universe, does God interact with the universe? I guess if you say yes, it would be deist. Yes, did God? If you say no, it would be deist. I guess. Interesting. If you say yes, did God come? Did God come human as Jesus? Yes, would be Christian. No, you say is Jesus still the Messiah? You say no, then you're Jewish. If you say yes, then it's Muslim. Do you believe in any kind of spirit? Oh, how many gods do you believe in? None. Do you believe in any kind of spirituality? No, it's atheist. Yes. Should you deny yourself pleasures? Yes, is Buddhist. No, spiritual but not religious. It's just interesting to think about trying to wrap our mind around something that we really can't. It's not mentally feasible as far as I would say at this moment. Yeah, let's stop here and I'll record another video shortly. This is actually from today's Thursday, so Tuesday. This video is actually from Tuesday. I didn't record a video. All right, bye.